This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest, on your side.
Hey, good Monday morning. Thanks for waking up with us, joining us here for the 5:30 half hour of Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
And I'm Josh Colbert.
If you've been with us since 5, you noticed that we had been in an ABC News special report hearing from Secretary of War Pete Hegseth, as well as Joint Chiefs Chairman Kane, talking about the updates of Operation Epic Fury, getting some updates on the operation, the airstrikes. We've now gone into the 57th hour of it. It's something we'll, of course, continue to follow closely here on Good Morning Northwest and keep you updated on as more developments and information come out this morning. But we also want to get you out the door, as we had a absolutely beautiful weekend. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Oh, you're welcome.
Yeah, take all the credit for it.
There's a little bit more cloud cover than I was hoping for, but especially Sunday morning.
Oh my gosh,
was amazing. Today's going to be amazing. Tomorrow, not so much. Then we got some rain chances to talk about.
Yeah, well, here we are.
Yeah, let's go ahead and let's get into those big weather stories. So that chance of showers for Wednesday, not just a chance for some of us, but for some of us, especially in the foothills, rain is looking likely by midweek. High temperatures, in spite of all that, bounce between 55 to 60, so we're in a pretty good spot there. And unfortunately, more considerable avalanche danger in the forecast for today. Right now, you're taking that live, beautiful look at Yakima. This view coming courtesy of Bi-Mart. All of the beautiful city lights down below. Current temperatures out there. Big difference between Walla Walla and the rest. 40 for Walla Walla, 29 for the Tri-Cities, 27 in Yakima. So you got to bundle up as you're headed out the front door. Your hourly forecast for this Monday for the Yakima Valley, mostly sunny skies out there. High temperatures getting up around 60. So a good rule of thumb for today for lower elevations between 55 to 60. We'll see a fair amount of sunshine out there. A very low end chance we could see a sprinkler too for the foothills, especially for the foothills of Umatilla County. We will touch on the avalanche danger and also talk about the rain chances for later in the week. That's going to be coming up later in the show.
Thanks, Josh. At 5:39 now, and we're talking environmental news, as it is hard to miss that large scar on Rattlesnake Ridge when you drive along Interstate 82, right there near Union Gap. The landslide, first detected in 2017, is still moving, but it is moving a lot slower than experts once feared. Apple Valley News Now's Dan Hansen spent the day with the Washington State Department of Natural Resources and is bringing us an update on where things stand right now.
For years now, Rattlesnake Ridge has been slowly inching its way downhill. At its peak in early 2018, the fast-moving part of the slide was traveling more than a foot per week. Since then, state officials say the rate has dropped significantly. The Department of Natural Resources says the slowdown shows the slope is behaving the way geologists expected.
Frankly, no news is good news right now. When we say slowing down over the last few months, it's slowed to moving less than 3/4 of an inch per month.
Concerns first started back in October of 2017 when cracks were noticed on the west side of the ridge. By December, those cracks had deepened by hundreds of feet, raising fears that a major collapse could happen within weeks or months. In response, geologists began closely monitoring the slope, installing equipment to track even small changes in movement. Traffic along I-82 was watched carefully, and nearby residents were warned about possible evacuations. Fast forward to now. DNR officials say they meet twice a year to review the latest data on the slide. Roderick says that alone is a sign the activity is slowing and stabilizing.
Geologists will continue to monitor the slide, continue to monitor the speed and motion, and hopefully continue monitoring until it comes to a complete stop.
There is still a danger from falling debris, which is why the shipping containers remain in place along the closed section of Thorpe Road. They act as barriers designed to catch any rocks or small slides that break loose from the ridge. While the landslide continues to stay active, the equipment the DNR uses are indicating that it's slowly stopping, with more indications that it could completely stop sooner than later. Officials say they will continue to monitor the situation. Reporting in Union Gap, Dan Hansen, Apple Valley News Now.
And now there still is no timeline for reopening Thorpe Road as they wait for long-term stabilization before making any infrastructure decisions. All right, still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, Wapato High School won their second consecutive state wrestling title without a single individual champ. Coming up, we're going to meet the students who made it all happen. We're talking sports after the break.
Seattle Kraken Hockey, sponsored by Legends Casino Hotel.
You have bared your soul.
GMA this morning, Christina Applegate revealing a side of herself she never has.
What made you change your mind?
The powerful Robin Roberts interview.
I'm in.
Starting this morning, only on
Good Morning America.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. Because at Schweitzer, your best day can start in the village or at the summit and everywhere in between. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
At Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons, your safety is our top priority. We are the only board-certified oral and maxillofacial surgery experts in wisdom tooth removal and dental implant placement in the Tri-Cities. With years of experience and a commitment to excellence, we ensure every patient receives safe, personalized treatment. Ask your dentist to refer you to the Tri-Cities experts in oral surgery. Columbia Basin Oral and Maxillofacial Surgeons. We look forward to meeting you.
Today, too many of us walk away from our primary care appointments feeling rushed and unheard.
We were frustrated too, so we decided to change the quality of healthcare here in the Tri-Cities.
At Primary Care at the PC, we take the time to truly listen. With 1 hour-long appointments, we care about the whole you. You don't have to be a member to be our patient, but once you're here, you might want to be.
Now welcoming new patients. Book your appointments online or call us at 509-783-5465. Primary Care at the PC. Play hard, live well.
Visit Fred's Appliance today and explore unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in the region. Upgrade your kitchen with the spacious LG refrigerator with its innovative cooling technology and generous storage capacity. Keep your food fresher for longer while enjoying the modern design that complements any kitchen decor. The Smart Thin-Q technology allows you to control and diagnose your refrigerator from your smartphone. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
Let Schweitzer be your next winter getaway. A place where the views are as good as the company. And the skiing is as electric as the experience. Explore Schweitzer. All days, always.
I'm RJ Decker, private investigator. Uncovering the Sunshine State's darkest secrets.
None of it ever phases you, huh?
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbreth.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We still have that considerable avalanche danger for today. It's pretty much for the entirety of the Cascade Slopes minus Mount Hood. But thankfully, by the time we get tomorrow, most of this transitioning to yellow, which is moderate, and fingers crossed that we can keep up that momentum throughout the rest of the week. Again, considerable avalanche danger means that natural avalanches are possible. Human-triggered avalanches are likely. You got to evaluate the snowpack carefully, find your routes very cautiously, and make very conservative decisions out there. Okay, let's take it back to lower elevations for this Monday. It's going to be a beautiful day, mostly sunny skies. Highs getting up around 60 degrees. We'll take you on that zone-by-zone tour of today's forecast. Light winds, in essence, across the map will end up in the 40s and 50s for the Cascades. We'll be in the mid-50s up and down the Kittitas Valley. For the Yakima Valley, it looks like we'll hover right around 60 degrees with mostly sunny skies. A few more clouds in the skies for the lower Columbia Basin, but also right around 60. Then for the Blue Foothills, we are looking at mid-50s up and down the foothills. And finally, for the Blues, 40s and 50s. Now, look, there could be like a shower or two, very stray in nature, but for the foothills or for the Blues. But in general, it's looking like it's going to be another dry and beautiful day out there. Now, more clouds into tomorrow, and that's ahead of rain chances picking up for the middle of the week. We will time that out with Futurecast and show you some of the rainfall and snowfall projections. All that is going to be coming up in a few minutes.
Thanks, Josh. At 5:47, now talking sports, as Wapato High School held an assembly last week honoring their winter sports teams, including their state champion boys wrestling team. Team finishing first in the 1A class for the second year in a row. The Wolves, 2 straight titles come after not winning a championship in the previous 50 years. Coming in first place as a team, Wapato had no individual weight class champs, but were able to score points by having 2 runner-ups and 10 wrestlers finishing in the top 6 of their weight class.
You know, the battling that all the kids did coming, we didn't have one state champ, so I mean, seeing these kids, you know, fight and never giving up, that's big. Those are always stuff that you want to see as a coach, seeing no quit, and that's kind of real good to see.
Also honored at the assembly was the girls wrestling team and the boys and girls basketball teams. All 4 of Wapato's winter sports teams made the state playoffs this year, and both basketball teams played in the state tournament over the weekend. Congrats to them. All right, still ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, your morning sprint, everything you need to know before you head out the door this morning. And of course, we'll check back in with Josh and get your full First Alert forecast as we give you that live look outside from right here at the Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. We're back after the break.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
Do you know what's happening in Kennewick? A facility housing the worst of the worst, level 3 sexually violent predators, is proposed in our neighborhood. With kids and families nearby, we must act now. Neighbors are uniting to fight a statewide issue and protect our community. This requires legal counsel and outreach. Please donate to support our efforts. These people are profiting off these placements. Let's stop them from putting our community at risk.
New Nissan?
Hi, Craig.
Hey. You got to put it through its paces.
You can take it.
Hurry into the Nissan Now sales event featuring Rogue, Pathfinder, and Frontier. Nissan, #1 in new vehicle quality. Get 0% APR for 60 months when financed through INMAC, or get $3,500 to $6,000 total savings on select models.
With fresh looks arriving monthly, there's always something new to love at Furniture Row, like the Devon Living Room Collection, available in 4 colors with a clean line silhouette. The Devon delivers lasting value and style. Or dine on the Lumen, available in light wood or sleek black with an ultra-durable smart top. This set blends functionality and fashion. And for your bedroom, the St. Paul, featuring rustic comfort with timeless design. This bed creates a welcoming atmosphere for relaxation. Find the latest looks and more now at Furniture Row.
If you use opioids like fentanyl, you need to be ready for the possibility of an overdose. For starters, communicate. If you're using alone, ask someone you trust to check on you. Stay accessible. Be sure people can get to you if you need help. And start with a small dose, especially if it's been a while. The short version, plan ahead, stay safe. You're worth the effort. More tips at preventoverdosewa.org/safety tips.
Poor maintenance, old tires, bad brakes, that could be why the big truck hit you. Hit by a big truck? I know how to beat their insurance companies. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the big truck heavy hitter.
Call 853-2222.
A homegrown ski area on Fly the Northwest Tuesday. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Chief Meteorologist Josh Colbert.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. It's going to be a dry start to this week, but by midweek, rain chance is going to start to pick back up. So here is why. We have this high pressure still in play for the Pacific Northwest. That's going to keep us dry for the next couple days, but this storm system that's looming off the page, that's eventually going to shake things up. Put this into motion with the Futurecast radar. This is 5 a.m. for tomorrow. You see a few showers up in the Cascades. By lunchtime, kind of dealing with the same thing, really the same thing by 5 p.m., but as we head deeper into the evening into Wednesday morning. This is when snow starts to pick up for the Cascades, and we'll have some big-time rain chances for lower elevations, especially for the foothills. This half hour, we'll talk about the Yakima Valley. The next half hour, we'll bounce over to the lower Columbia Basin. But this is for tomorrow. You see, after 7 p.m., that's when rain chance is going to pick up. And then as we head into Wednesday for the Yakima Valley, just low-end rain chances through 4 p.m. After that should be dry. So it definitely does not look like it's going to be a washout in the Yakima Valley. Then we'll hold on to these little shower chances from Thursday through Sunday. But the entirety of this stretch of more active weather from 10 a.m. on Tuesday to 4 a.m. next Monday could have around 2.5 inches of both rainfall and melted snowfall up in the Cascades. You see lower elevations, the Kittitas Valley, the Yakima Valley, the lower Columbia Basin, not getting much at all, maybe around 1/4 of an inch of rain for the Blue Foothills. And in terms of snow, from 4 a.m. on Wednesday to 4 a.m. on Friday, maybe a few inches for Snoqualmie Pass and White Pass. Maybe 3 to 4 inches of snow for Oregon 204. For now, it doesn't look like we're going to get a ton of snow from this, but of course, we'll keep a very close eye on things. And then in terms of high temperatures, bouncing between 55 to 60 throughout the week. For today, we'll have 50s and 60s. Tonight, dropping down into the 30s and 40s. And those high temperatures staying above average over the next 7 days. The overnight lows looks like they're going to stay way above average as well. So here is the 7-day forecast for the Tri-Cities. A nice start to the week. Rain likely on Wednesday, then trending drier for the rest of the week. In Yakima, rain likely by midweek, then mostly dry again Thursday and beyond. For Ellensburg, also tracking wet weather by the middle of the week, then quite the gusty run for Wednesday and beyond. For Hermiston, rain likely Wednesday, then little ticky-tack shower chances Thursday through Sunday. And finally, for Walla Walla, also tracking wet weather for the middle of the week, maybe picking up to 1/4 inch of rain.
Now, the morning sprint.
Time is 5:53. Time for your morning sprint with the top 5 local things you need to know this morning. Starting in Pasco, where authorities recovered a vehicle and a body from the water Friday morning. They believe that the person in that car was Jason Watts, a man on trial for child molestation and child rape. Police received a call from a fisherman about the submerged car. Underwater cameras and drones were used to collect crime scene data, and a tow truck and the Columbia Basin Dive and Rescue Team pulled that vehicle from the water. Police say Watts' death may have been a suicide. They are treating it, though, as a homicide for evidence collection following the recovery. A judge then dismissing the case against Watts, saying the trial cannot continue if he's dead. Police have not confirmed whether the investigation will remain classified as a homicide.
You are under arrest. You need to exit apartment car 203 with your hands empty.
And this was the scene Friday morning in Kennewick as police arrested a wanted man after deploying a flashbang device. Officers responding to tips that the suspect was at an apartment complex on 10th near Olympia. The suspect was first located in a car and then went inside an apartment. After a brief negotiation, as you see here, police used the flashbang device and were able to take him into custody without further incident. Authorities have not released details on the charges of the crimes that led to the warrant.
It says no longer with the company. She was not terminated, but she was no longer with the company. Far away from all the destruction, far away from all of the risk.
And just before the weekend, dozens of people from Kennewick traveled to the Seattle area to protest a proposed sex offender home in the city. Demonstrators held the event in Everett and Sammamish. The group trying to stop a home at 8th and Edison from becoming a less restrictive alternative facility for violent sex offenders. The woman who bought the property, the women rather, who bought the property live on the west side there. And one protest in Everett took place outside of a New American Funding branch where one of the homeowners, Isabel Vallea, had been employed. Company confirming to us that she is no longer with the organization, adding they can't share further details about her departure. And Franklin County commissioners are reviewing the costs of separating from the Benton County for juvenile services. Judges warned that the county will need to fund its own court operations if the split is finalized. More than half of the nearly $2.9 million Franklin County was paying covered court administration, probation, and counseling. Estimates suggest about $1.3 million will be needed to hire staff and run a basic juvenile court. County had projected savings of about $2.5 million annually by ending the agreement. But commissioners say a recent settlement with Benton County may still provide long-term financial benefits. And Rattlesnake Ridge has slowly been sliding downhill since 2017. At its peak in early 2018, the fastest part of the slide moved more than a foot per week. State geologists say that the slope is now slowing its moving less than 3/4 of an inch per month. Monitoring equipment is tracking even small changes, and traffic along I-82 is also carefully watched. Shipping containers remain in place on Thorpe Road to catch falling rocks and debris. Officials say they will continue monitoring until the slide comes to a complete stop. Residents and drivers are reminded to be cautious around the area, even as signs point to stabilization. 5:56 trending this morning. Australian photographer Matty Smith has been named Underwater Photographer of the Year for 2026. His award-winning photo, there it is right there, a pair of southern elephant seal pups in a rock pool. This was taken on the Falkland Islands.
Look at those big old eyes.
Wow.
Smith says the image was inspired by watching dozens of baby seal pups climbing over each other on the rocks at sunset, and he used a special homemade dome to capture the picture.
Other category winners included a Japanese Navy shipwreck, a female octopus guarding her eggs, and the exact moment that a clownfish egg hatched. Those are incredible images.
I think all of them could have won. Geez, that's 100%. A tough competition, man.
Didn't even know that was a competition, but now I'm glad I do.
Yeah.
Because those are cool shots.
I'd love to see the above ground pictures.
Right?
Yeah.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, Panel 10 is launching a new education campaign on code enforcement. The goal, to help its residents understand local ordinances. Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, we're going to show you how the city is working to keep neighborhoods safe and clean and what residents need to know to stay in compliance. Plus, Pokemon celebrating its 30th anniversary over the weekend. In the next half hour, we're going to show you how 2 Game Boy titles grew into a global phenomenon. And giving you a beautiful live look outside from right here at the Apple Valley Studios in Kennewick. More sunshine for today, Josh?
Yeah, a lot of that for today, less so for tomorrow, and then rain chances picking up for the middle of the week. We'll talk about it all coming up on Good Morning Northwest at 6.